The final show before the first joint pay-per-view of the brand extension era saw SmackDown 3 days before the show, building up Hogan and Triple H teaming up for the first time against Angle and Jericho in the main event, looking to rebound after taking a near million viewers hit last Thursday to open the show with a Rikishi, Snow and Maven vs Albert, Billy and Chuck 6-man tag match going 6 minutes in rapid pace, opening SmackDown's first half-hour over 800,000 viewers, above the slow start of last week to kick off the show with 5.3 million viewers. Hogan was called to McMahon's office with Vince giving the final selling promo for the Backlash headliner, with the possibility of Hogan potentially about to lead another boom period, saying that Hogan's popularity reminds him of the show of crowd support that led to the birth of Hulkamania in 1984, and with Vince looking to capitalize and ride the wave of the current Hogan momentum to potentially boost business with another title run on Sunday. Last night on an even bigger scale saw Vince along with the McMahon family attending the premiere of Rock's Scorpion King movie in LA, in a breakthrough day for the WWF and the wrestling industry in general, with Vince, after trying to get into the mainstream pop culture since taking over the company, seeing his first ever performer leading a potential Hollywood blockbuster set to open on Friday, with early reviews and box office indications for the opening weekend set to boost Rock's Hollywood status to new heights as the top action movie star of the next generation, with JR, who also attended the premiere along with Vince, Linda Shane and Pat Patterson as the company's representatives, praising Rock's performance in the movie with the realization that the days of him working a full-time road schedule are over, while confirming Rock, who is set to continue the promotional tour for the movie worldwide for the next several weeks before targeting his TV return to SmackDown in June, to make a now rare non-televised appearance for what is set to be one of the biggest house shows of the year on May 4th in Fort Lauderdale near his home, set to be headlined by a Rock and Hogan vs Angle and Jericho tag match in the main event. SmackDown next saw another Mark Henry feat of strength segment, playing off his recent Arnold Classic strongman victory to see him lifting a car on his shoulders, setting up another Test vs Farouk confrontation to book an impromptu match between them for later tonight, followed by Hulk Hogan coming out at 8:50 p.m. to another massive ovation from the Houston crowd for the lead-in segment to the top of the hour quarter. And after being positioned not to respond to promos from Jericho and McMahon in the past week running down his chances of winning the title, Hogan cut the final selling promo to the pay-per-view headliner on Sunday, saying that people talk about the reality of him not being able to win the WWF title in 2002, planning to do the impossible again after the unprecedented resurgence of popularity over the past month, saying that he thought he would never be back in the company with Hulkamania running stronger than ever today, saying that Sunday he's gonna complete the journey that brought him back to the WWF with one final title reign, with a possible hint on the result on Sunday, seeing JR confirming during the week that Hogan was added to 4 SmackDown exclusive house shows over the next month to see him about to work close to a full road schedule through June, solving the issue on how to work around the top title holder not being on either brand's tour despite being eligible to work on both, with Hogan interrupted by Jericho saying that it's a joke that a has-been like Hogan is headlining the pay-per-view while he doesn't even have a match on the show, continuing the build-up to a possible Hogan vs Jericho match to end the segment with another 4-way brawl with Angle and Edge interfering on either side, picking up SmackDown into the 4 rating range with over 6.9 million viewers at 9 p.m., with the show tonight having higher clearance than usual being available in 87% of households on network television with UPN distribution, as opposed to last week in what is starting to become a more frequent issue with SmackDown taking a hit after being preempted in different markets. and after making the effort to elevate several performers on Raw in recent weeks, with Bradshaw especially getting a major push last Monday, the main guy targeted on the SmackDown side and Edge after being involved in the main angles alongside Hogan, taking another step to the main event with a more serious side to his character, confronting Vince McMahon backstage before leaving the building. With the company already taking a hit with recent injuries to major players taking them off the road, including Nash and Kane undergoing bicep surgeries in the past 2 weeks, another one with even more severe repercussions took place on the night with Dallas Page, who already came into the TV taping with neck issues on Tuesday, suffering a career-threatening injury in a match against Bob Holly, with a combination of him taking a stiff clothesline to the neck before landing wrong when giving Holly a top rope superplex to make it worse, with him immediately sent to get scans on his neck with the possibility of him never working another match again, with JR acknowledging Page's condition on his weekly report, noting that Page was recently diagnosed with serious back issues that might shorten or end his career, saying that Page is set to see another doctor for a second opinion before making the decision in what ended up the final match of his WWF run that started with big expectations, with Page debuting to a massive pop as a major player before being pushed to the background of the invasion angle. The entrances for the Hogan and Hunter vs. Angle and Jericho main event took place at 9:46 p.m. over the full final quarter to bump the show to the peak viewership of the night with over 7.3 million viewers, with SmackDown overall after trailing Raw last week by one of the biggest margins in show history, rebounding back over 600,000 viewers, while Raw dropped back 300,000 to lead to SmackDown pulling ahead in the third week of the brand extension by a 6.3 to 6.2 million viewers margin, continuing the close competition on the road and on television, with SmackDown now leading 2-1, with the match setting up the Backlash main event going 9 minutes, with Triple H getting Hogan back to lay him out as the final image to the pay-per-view, with the intriguing situation besides the crowd reaction in Kansas City, with both going in as baby faces, of if the company pull the trigger to try to fully capitalize on the Hogan momentum with another title run, or continue the Triple H reign without unexpectedly cutting it short after months of building it up with his comeback story from injury.